What does it mean to resonate? I want you to think about this. We hear it thrown around like confetti pieces in all of our spiritual circles, don't we? This resonates, that doesn't, as if it's some kind of a gauge and criteria for something that's true. My belief system has been challenged recently by some really engaging chats and collaborative conversations that I've been having on my podcast, CoNexions with ZenJen. I encourage you to check it out, to subscribe and to sync up with what speaks to you and what calls your name. But what I will say is this: don't simply attune to that which resonates, because resonancy is simply a phenomena. It's a phenomena of how energy interacts with our field of individuality. And sometimes things that don't resonate, that might be because it's challenging the conditioning that was previously there before. And if you want to grow, if you want to transform out of the state of disempowerment that you currently find yourself within, if you want to find your voice and to, exalt yourself out of this frequency of feeling silenced and feeling smaller or lesser than or trapped, all of these experiences, these are also resonancies. And so I challenge you to engage in conversation and to attune to frequencies that don't only reiterate and re-emphasize and resonate with the frequency that you are currently embodying. That would be a disservice to your human avatar experience. I encourage you to sync up and to connect with that which challenges you, with that which pushes you a bit past your comfort zone and even triggers you at times and makes you question these things that you have previously believed, possibly for your entire life. I mean, that's what I am looking to ignite within your psyche. That's what I'm looking to bring to this world. This is my service to humanity on planet Earth. I am a curator of perspectives for the interconnected collective of an eclectic assortment of objective. And I am really excited to present to you on a silver platter so many different perspectives that are going to push you past that which you thought you knew. There's a whole lot of resonancies out there in the political arenas, in the religious arenas, in the academic arenas, that all they are aiming to do is perpetuate that which they think they already know. And they are pooling souls like yours into these camps, into these established tribalistic mentalities of groupthink, that we really do need to push that envelope a bit. It's important that we really push that boundary of the perspective that we thought was truth. And that's really what I aim to bring to all of you. I want you to look not only at these graphics that I'm posting on my wall. Yeah, they're fucking fly. They're like amazing. Like they're beautiful what AI is creating for us. But then some of these same people are shooting down AI as like the reason that, or the problem with humanity at this time. But they love my images and they don't read any of my divine channelings from my human avatar authentic self. They don't read those posts. There is like an incredible post out there of a lot of research that I did with, all of these anthropological sites and studies that are bringing together, pooling together all of these different earthworks and these geoglyphs that Rex, Bear, and Diamond were out there collecting data on in real time in the field, being swarmed by mosquitoes, all in the midst of this amazing discovery that is, it's breathtaking is what it is. It is like connecting timelines of, millennia ago here in the New World that's challenging the groupthink of the academic narrative about where and whence we came from. Okay? Like that is out there for you to digest. Don't just simply scroll through the TikTok and, satisfy your urges that are, are calling for entertainment, and then tell me that something doesn't resonate. I'm not buying it. I'm not. It's really important that you start syncing with the things intentionally, not just that which resonates, but that which intuitively awakens you to a new perspective that's going to help you grow. And so I really do invite you to check out my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment, start to interact on there, because I'm bringing forth all of these different souls into a shared space of co-creative perspective that's going to shift the collaborative objective of humanity. It's going to raise our consciousness here on planet Earth. And that's what we need right now. We don't need more entertaining buzzwords. We don't need more little sound bites that's going to, continue to perpetuate that tribalistic persona that makes us feel safe, like we belong to something or somewhere. I want you to push the boundaries of your own thinking and ask, is this really mine, or was this given to me? Like, seriously. Because there's a lot being thrown out there for you to absorb right now. There's a whole lot out there that, they want you to take at face value. And when I say they, I mean the powers that should not be. I think that we can all agree that that exists at this juncture. I know that that was a question for a time, but I do not believe that is a question any longer. There is a narrative right now about disclosure and discovery of, what it is that we've been what we have been encountering, discovering, compiling for quite some time, the powers that should not be, right? About ET contact and the disclosure of other consciousnesses that are, either interdimensional, or they might be interplanetary, or they might be more terrestrial than we are. We don't know. We don't know, because there's so much information out there. We need to do more than just aim to sync up with what resonates. We need to start practicing our discernment, and we need to start having conversations about things that we might not necessarily agree with. Like I had with Nathaniel on my YouTube channel, a demonologist. Yeah, I asked him some tough questions, and he asked me some too. I think we both pushed each other out of our own boundaries of comfort, which I really appreciate him being willing to do that, because that is how we grow. Obviously, he is willing to do that. And when, in some cases, some of the people that I have, entertained the idea of having a conversation with, and once I sync up with their energy field, I realize they're not willing to exit this box, this parameter that they have enclosed themselves into. And so it's not that I'm rejecting them. I'm simply not interested in having a conversation that's not going to push the parameters of humanity to help us expand that conscious awareness into new terrain. We are pioneering this as we speak. And this is why I aim to have a conversation with Alexandra Tabazinska. I believe I pronounced her last name right. There's just so many exciting conversations that are about to happen right now on ZenJen Collective Connections. I really, really aim for the collective to be challenged by this channel, because there's so much being thrown out there, everything ranging from channeling, right? Channeling of other consciousnesses. That's what Alexandra does on a daily basis. She is connected with Arcturians for quite some time, Arcturians and other consciousnesses. Now, do I necessarily believe everything that every channel tells me, what it is that they're connecting with, what it is that they're syncing with? No, it's not that I don't take everything at face value, but I do believe it's an interesting conversation to have. And I believe it's interesting, the divine inspirations and the intuitive downloads that the viewers receive and share on that channel in real time. It's really important. It's important for us to open up these, it's like an irrigation, right? I want you to imagine the Nile River. The Nile River is one of the only rivers that flows in an opposite direction away from the ocean all over the world, right? But they used it at a time whenever they needed to irrigate a desert. That is what they did. They irrigated a desert, and they set the stage for agriculture and cultivation to feed an entire stronghold community. Okay, that is what we are doing. I intend to open up the floodgates of flow for information to irrigate our consciousness, you guys. It's so important that we do this at this time, because the powers that should not be, they are going to be sharing their narratives. They are going to be throwing out there on all the platforms, and it's going to be like right here in your face. And yeah, it's hard to ignore. It's a lot harder to ignore than my little YouTube channel, than Rex's leak project, considerably larger, but he's not even getting the kinds of views and engagement that he should be for the work that he's doing and the resources and energy that he's pouring into it. It's time to practice discernment about what we fill our day, our thoughts, our conscious psyche with. All right? I love you. I love you so much. And that's why I'm sharing this message. And that's why I am allocating all of my energy every single day into creating these collective connections for you, my fellow human avatars. And I'm not saying that the answer isn't inside of you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are a lot of distractions. There are a lot of intentional... Gosh, how do I say this without like getting banned on this platform? There's a lot of intentionality being wielded your way that is not for your highest good. And a practice of discernment about how it is you sync with what energies are so prevalently saturating the landscape in the virtual space as well as that of the 3D. It's really important for you to start making some intentional decisions fueled by your discernment and aligning with those who do have your highest good at heart. People like me, people like Rex Bear. There's a lot of others out there. There's Isabella, who's about to, she's about to launch her YouTube channel. And, yeah, like I'll tell you this, at a time whenever I felt incredibly disempowered, that I felt incredibly small, and I would never have been able to bring myself to leverage my voice in this way that I am with you right now. Isabella helped me to see that there's no one above me and no one below me. Like, that's not the playing field. That's a hierarchy of the pyramidal paradigm that is crumbling as we speak in this precession of the equinox, right? Like, this is a transitional time for humanity. I don't believe anyone can fly in the face of that. So I love you so much, and I look forward to syncing with you in another timeline trajectory version of the now. We'll talk soon. Take care. ZenJen signing off.